Hello students, now we are going to discuss about the following topics in first lesson electrostatics. First one, electric dipole and its properties. What is meant by electric dipole? Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute an electric dipole. In many molecules, the centers of positive and negative charges do not coincide with each other. Such molecules are called as permanent dipoles. For example, carbon monoxide, water, ammonia, and hydrogen chloride. In order to know about the electric dipole moment in a better way, let us imagine the two equal and opposite charges are separated at a distance a from the origin along the x-axis. The electric dipole moment can be calculated by the equation P vector is equal to Q into R plus vector minus Q into R minus vector. In this equation, R plus vector indicates the position vector of charge plus Q from the origin. Similarly, R minus vector indicates the position vector of charge minus Q from the origin. Usually, the position vector of any point along the x-axis is represented with unit vector I cap. Similarly, for the y-axis, the position vector of any point is represented with a unit vector j cap. Similarly, if the point is lying along the z-axis, in that case, the position vector of the point is represented with a unit vector k cap. So, for x-axis, unit vector is I cap. For y-axis, the unit vector is j cap. For z-axis, the unit vector is k cap. So, look at the picture. Look at the positive charge. It is kept in the x-axis in the positive direction. So, what is the distance of charge plus Q from the origin O? It is A. So, what is the position vector of charge plus Q? It is represented by A into I cap. Similarly, the position vector of charge minus Q is represented by A into minus I cap. Here, why we are writing minus I cap? This is because the charge minus Q is placed in the negative x direction. So, here the unit vector will become minus I cap. Then the equation will be written as P vector is equal to QA into I cap minus QA into minus I cap, which will become 2QA into I cap. The electric dipole moment vector usually lies along the line joining the two charges and is always directed from minus Q to plus Q. The SI unit of dipole moment is coulomb meter. How the coulomb meter comes? Look at the equation. The equation has the components like 2QA. Here Q represents charge, A represents the distance. So what is the unit of charge? Coulomb. What is the unit of distance? Meter. So what is the unit of electric dipole moment? The unit of electric dipole moment is coulomb meter. Next one is definition for electric dipole moment. Look at the equation. Mod P vector is equal to 2QA, which means that the magnitude of electric dipole moment is equal to the product of one of the charges and the distance between them. Next one, there is a problem. Example 1.10. Calculate the electric dipole moment for the following charge configurations. Before calculating the electric dipole moment, first we have to keep these 3 points in our mind. First one is where the charge is placed, whether it is placed along x-axis or y-axis or z-axis. And the next point, in the which direction the charge is placed, in the positive direction or negative direction. And the third point, and what is the unit vector for the particular axis? So we have to keep these 3 points in our mind before starting the calculation. Look at the first picture. Here the two positively charged point charges are given, and the two charges are placed along x-axis at a distance a from the origin. So how can we calculate the dipole moment? Look at the equation. P vector is equal to plus q into ai cap plus q into minus ai cap. Here ai cap represents the position of the charge plus q in the positive direction. Similarly, minus ai cap represents the position of the charge in the negative x direction. The first term in the equation will become qai cap, and the second term in the equation will become minus qai cap. So plus qai cap minus qai cap will become 0. See the next picture. Here also two charges are given. Two charges are said to be positively charged, and one charge is placed along the x-axis in the positive direction at a distance a from the origin, and another positive charge is placed exactly at the origin. And what will be the dipole moment of this dipoles? So that can be calculated by the equation P vector is equal to plus q into ai cap plus q into 0. Why we are putting 0 here? Because the charge, second charge plus q is exactly placed at the origin. So hence the result will become P vector is equal to qa into I cap. See the next picture. Here the two charges are given. The two charges are kept along the y-axis. One is said to be positively charged and another one is said to be negatively charged. So the negative charge minus 2q is placed at a distance a from the origin in the positive y direction. Similarly, the positive charge plus q is placed at a distance 2a from the origin along negative y direction. In this case, we have to use the unit vector j cap because the charges are placed along y-axis. What will be the dipole moment? That can be calculated as P vector is equal to minus 2q into aj cap plus q into 2a into minus j cap, which will become minus 4qa into j cap. In this case, the electric dipole moment is directed from the charge minus 2q to the charge plus q. See the next picture. Here, three charges are given. Two charges are placed along y-axis. One charge is placed along x-axis. And look at the y-axis. The charge plus q is placed at a distance a from the origin in the positive y direction. Similarly, the charge plus q, the another plus q charge, is placed at a distance a from the origin in the negative y direction. And the charge minus 2q is placed at a distance a from the origin in the negative x direction. What will be the electric dipole moment? That can be calculated as P vector is equal to, let us start from the x-axis, minus 2q a into minus I cap plus q into a into j cap plus q into a into minus j cap. Hence, the result will be 2qa into I cap. This is because the second and the third term in the equation will cancel each other. We have discussed about the electric field around the point charges. Now we are going to discuss about the electric field due to an electric dipole at any point near the dipole. First one, electric field due to an electric dipole at points on the axial line. Let us imagine two equal and opposite charges plus q and minus q are placed in the x-axis at a distance a from the origin, which will form an electric dipole. Let us consider the point C in the x-axis. Let us imagine the distance of the point C from the origin O is said to be r. And what is the distance of the point C from the charge minus q? It will be r plus a. What is the distance of the point C from the positive charge plus q? It will be r minus a. We know that the I cap is said to be the unit vector for x-axis. Here the p vector is given, which is said to be the electric dipole moment, which is also considered as a unit vector for the x-axis. And the line which joins the two charges is said to be the axial line. Even though the 2 point charges are not able to come into contact with each other, they will try to attract the neighboring charges, which means that the negative charge will try to attract the positive charge. At the same time, the positive charge will try to attract the negative charge. In that case, the electric field due to the positive charge is represented by E plus vector. At the same time, the electric field due to the negative charge is represented by E minus vector. The electric field at a point C due to the positive charge plus Q is written by the equation E plus vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by R minus A squared. This field direction is said to be along BC. Since there is a presence of electric dipole moment vector along x-axis from the charge minus q to the charge plus q, the above equation will be written as E plus vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q divided by r minus a the whole squared into p cap. As I said earlier, in this equation, p cap is considered as a unit vector for the x-axis. Similarly, the electric field at a point C due to the negative charge minus q is written as E minus vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r plus a the whole squared into p cap. Look at the picture. In this picture, the charge plus q is said to be very close to the point C than the charge minus q. So, the electric field due to the charge plus q, E plus vector, is said to be greater than the electric field due to the charge minus q, E minus vector. So that the length of the electric field E plus vector is seen to be larger than the length of the electric field E minus vector. Hence, the total electric field at point C is said to be the sum of these two fields, which can be written as E total vector is equal to E plus vector plus E minus vector, which is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r minus a the whole squared into p cap minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r plus a the whole squared into p cap. In this equation, the term q by 4 pi epsilon naught is said to be common, so take it outside. Hence, the equation will become E total vector is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r minus a the whole squared minus 1 by r plus a the whole squared into p cap. The p cap is also said to be common, so that only it is also taken outside. After completing the simplification of this equation, you will get the final result as E total vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q into 4 r a divided by r squared minus a squared the whole squared into p cap. Since the E plus vector is seen to be larger than the E minus vector, so the total electric field E total vector will also act along the E plus vector. It can be represented by the following figure. Next one is electric field due to an electric dipole at a point on the equatorial plane. Let us imagine an electric dipole is kept along x-axis. Let O be the midpoint of the electric dipole and A be the distance of the charges from the midpoint O. Let us imagine a point C which is kept at a distance R from the midpoint O. Now we have to examine the electric field at a point C due to the charge plus Q and due to the charge minus Q. Here the distance of BC and AC can be determined with the help of Pythagoras theorem. According to Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse squared is equal to side squared plus side squared. With respect to that, here we can write BC squared is equal to R squared plus A squared. From this equation we can get the distance of BC as root of R squared plus A squared. This process is also applicable to the side AC. So the side AC is also equal to root of R squared plus A squared. The direction of electric field acting along BC and the direction of electric field acting along CA will form an angle theta with the axis which is passing through the dipole. Here cos theta can be calculated as adjacent side by hypotenuse, which will become A by root of R squared plus A squared. Electric field due to the charges plus Q and minus Q at a point C, which is nothing but E plus vector and E minus vector, will be resolved into two components. One component is said to be parallel to the axis is passing through the dipole, and the another component is said to be the perpendicular to the axis, where the parallel components are E plus vector cos theta and E minus vector cos theta, and the perpendicular components are E plus vector sin theta and E minus vector sin theta. From the picture it is understood that both the perpendicular components E plus sin theta and E minus sin theta are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So they will cancel each other. But the two parallel components of electric fields E plus vector cos theta and E minus vector cos theta are acting along same direction. Hence the total electric field will act along only in this direction. Since the total electric field is acting along the negative x direction, the dipole moment also acting along the negative x direction, which is directed from the charge plus Q to minus Q, so that only the unit vector of dipole moment is indicated by negative sign, which is nothing but minus P vector. Hence the total electric field vector will be written as minus mod E plus vector cos theta into P cap minus mod E minus vector cos theta into P cap. Here why we are putting minus? Because both the parallel components are acting in the negative x direction. Here the magnitude of E plus vector and E minus vector are said to be same, and it is given by mod E plus vector is equal to mod E minus vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R squared plus A squared. By substituting this in the previous equation, you will get the equation as E total vector is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2q cos theta p cap divided by r squared plus a squared, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2qa divided by r squared plus a squared the whole power 3 by 2 into p cap. Here cos theta is replaced as a by root of r squared plus a squared. Hence the E total vector will become minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p vector divided by r squared plus a squared the whole power 3 by 2. See the numerator, there is p vector. How it comes? Because 2 into q into a is nothing but electric dipole moment. See the denominator, r squared plus a squared. Comparing with a, the distance r is said to be greater. So, the distance a can be neglected. By neglecting a, we can get r squared the whole power 3 by 2. After cancelling the 2 in the power of r, you will get r cube. Hence, E total vector will become minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p vector divided by r cube. This is the equation which helps to determine the electric field due to an electric dipole in any point in an equatorial plane. Thank you students. Leave your doubts in the comment box.